Nature in Bristol is an important part of the city's culture, just like its docks, its nightlife and its cider. Bristol has more green spaces than any other city in the UK, with more than 80 designated wildlife sites. One of the most important of these is the Avon Gorge, which is nationally recognised as one of Britain's top wildlife sites. The gorge is not just a spectacular local landmark, it's home to some of Britain's rarest plants and animals. 3 rare plants, the Bristol onion, the Bristol rock cress and the Bristol white bean, are all resident in the Avon Gorge and are found nowhere else in Britain. At the University of Bristol Botanic Gardens, Bristol's native species of plant are celebrated in the local flora collection. The gardens house a variety of exotic plants from all over the world. There's even an evolutionary dell which visitors can walk through to see some of the oldest plant groups in existence. It's not just exotic plants that can be found in the heart of Bristol, there are plenty of exotic animals too at Bristol Zoo Gardens. Founded in 1835, Bristol Zoo is the world's oldest provincial zoo. Its most recent addition is the new butterfly forest, which visitors can walk through and meet the butterflies face to face. The zoo has more than 200 volunteers who help out with the education and conservation work, as well as introducing visitors to some of the zoo's rarer animals. Andy Wakefield is one of the volunteer coordinators at the zoo.
Okay, so one of the jobs that the volunteers do here is they give talks to the public on some of the animals like Sky here, and just to try and inform and excite people that come to the zoo and educate them a little bit about the animals we have here, because they love the animals and the volunteers here love doing the talks, and they get so much out of it, as well as the audience who are listening to the talk. The talks we do here quite often with exotic species like Sky here, the royal python, with Madagascan hissing cockroaches, giant African land snails, but the zoo also has connections with more local projects and local species. They're heavily involved with watervole breeding, as well as hawk and owl projects and the Avon Gorge and Downs project too.
The zoo is only one of a number of charities and organisations in Bristol dedicated to nature. One of the most famous establishments in the city is the BBC Natural History Unit, the largest wildlife documentary production house in the world. The BBC and the zoo are just 2 of the 10 organisations that make up the Bristol Natural History Consortium, which brings together universities, charities and businesses to promote nature across the city.
The Bristol Natural History Consortium is a charity, and it's a collaboration of 10 organisations here in Bristol. We have both universities, the University of Bristol and UWE. Bristol City Council is very involved, 2 policy-based organisations, DEFRA and the Environment Agency, the BBC Natural History Unit, which of course is based here in Bristol, and 4 charities. We have Wild Screen, Bristol Zoo, Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust, better known as WWT, and the Avon Wildlife Trust. So each of the organisations is joined at a different time over the last 5 years, and in 2007 we got charitable status to hold us all together in a legal structure. The benefits for the organisations in the consortium are really varied. Each of them are coming from a different place. For some, it's a way to gear up their public engagement work. For most, it's a way to connect with other organisations in the city and to have a stronger impact than they might be alone. All the organisations really stress partnership working, and that goes all the way down to their staff, who have the opportunity to work on big regional and national projects in association with 10 others.
The consortium also organises one of the biggest events in Bristol's calendar, the Bristol Festival of Nature. This hugely popular festival attracts visitors from all over the southwest, giving people the opportunity to explore some of the best aspects of nature in Bristol. Organisations like the consortium and events like the festival all contribute to Bristol's position as the nature capital of the UK.